There we go. Oh, and off. Not to worry, I'm sure there's another one further up there. I'm Gavin from Hurleysflyfishing, and welcome to another episode of On the Fly in the Eucumbene River, right in the heart of Kosciuszko National Park. And as you can see, we're pretty rugged up. It's pretty cold out here. And what we're here for is about a kilometre downstream, we've got Lake Eucumbene. And at this time of year, after some rains, we're not far off June, you get the fish to come up to spawn. And you get them in pretty big numbers. So a lot of these fish that most of the time are down deep feeding on yabbies, now they're pretty vulnerable as they come up into these smaller streams, and you can target them in what I'm using egg patterns in a catch and release scenario. So we're using that with an indicator and a couple of split shot to get it right down, bouncing along the bottom. They're going to eat these eggs for food, as well as to get rid of the ones that are competing against them. They want their own eggs. And there we go, we've got one here to take that as well. It's a great system to fish in a scenario like this. This will be a little brown. The browns come up probably about a month or so earlier before the rainbows. But just great fun to catch on what I've got here is a 6-weight. So I'll stalk a glide in a 6-weight because you can get some pretty decent fish around here. What I'm also using is something a bit different, is an 8-weight line. Because we've got a bit of split shot and a little bit of weight in there, we need something that's going to hold it up a little bit better. So I use an 8-weight line, which makes it a lot easier to cast, particularly into the wind and that as well. But we'll get this one in and have a closer look and get him back to do his business. Oh, and he's off. Not to worry, anyway. We'll get another one. Now it's interesting then, I'd had a couple of casts without getting a fish, and you just got to check that your split shot's still there, because these beads have got to be bouncing along the bottom or they're just not going to work. We're not using dry flies where we want them on the top, they've got to be right down on the bottom, and to do that we need those split shot to get it right down the bottom. So a couple of casts, no fish, just check it, and sure enough there was one split shot missing, and then it puts that fly right down on the bottom where the fish are going to be feeding and where they're going to be holding, and these flies need to go right in front of them. So just check it every now and then, particularly if you're not catching any fish, and readjust, and that can quite often be the difference. I've got a couple of casts. Oh, he seems to have a bit of weight in that one. Staying down low, a bit of force in him, which is good. We had a few casts and hadn't come up with anything for a little while, but you just don't panic, because there's going to be more fish that are going to come up the river. So you can literally stay in the same spot and just work your way. He seems like a good solid fish, as they all are. I mean, you're going to come across some pretty serious fish in this style of fishing, you know, so good fun, good fun. And look, there's no panic, we've got all day. Just keep that pressure on and just wear him down a little bit. Up on the bank a bit. Nice fish there. Well, he's not as big as what I thought, but they're all good fish. They're not like you're fishing the Stevenson or anything like that. You get some reasonable sized ones amongst them. It'll be a good couple of pounds, so nothing to sneeze out there. We'll just get him in the net. There we go. Oh, he's only a few pounds, but He's still great fun on the Eucumbene River. So we've got one of the other guys who's got one as well, a little bit bigger, and that's what can happen. I mean, it's not like you're fishing a New Zealand stream and you've got all the place to yourself. You know, you've got to fit in with everyone. It's only a short little space of a river with a lot of fish in it, and fishing's for everyone. So we just accept there's going to be more people around. Fish. They've been males, all the ones we've been catching. Stunning colours. They're very dark, which I guess is significant to fish that are spending a lot of time in the deep water, and that's why we're not catching them until they come up the river like this. So terrific. I guess we'll put him back in and let him do what he swum up this river to do. Just get a bigger one. There we go. We've just got another one. It just is a dynamite system, I guess. You know, I didn't invent it, but we certainly do sell them. It's just a great setup there, and fish just can't resist. And I guess because now we've got our trout closed season, we probably didn't know how much the eggs did play in the trout's food source. So, yeah, it's something that's almost been forgotten, and he's a reasonable fish, this one too. G'day, I'm Gavin from Hurleysflyfishing. We specialise in guided tours throughout Victoria, but we also take groups to Alaska, Chile, bone fishing Christmas Island, and our most popular one, New Zealand. So if that's where you want to go, come in and see us at our stores in Bentley and Lumsden.